Jeff, this is all good? Yeah?
Yep, we're ready.
Okay, you're good to go?
Yep.
Okay, Michelle, a nice 270 to start your time here at the A&E Inspiration. I would imagine getting back into the swing of competition, that's kind of just what you needed to get a little more confidence.
Yeah, I mean, especially after last week, it was really good to see those putts roll in. Put myself in some interesting spots today, but I'm really proud of myself for how I grinded it out there.
You had some really good finishes on some holes and some holes that maybe you wanted that putt to drop a little more. Can you just take us through some of the differences in that today?
Yeah, I mean, the last two holes, I left myself in, prime place to make a birdie. Hit great putts, thought we read it right, just a case of a misread. But overall, I have to say, it's a grind out here. The course is playing really firm. It's not super easy to hit it tight. And I'm just really proud of myself for how I grinded it out.
Open it up for questions. Larry?
As you were getting ready to come back or starting to think about coming back, was this the tournament that you've kind of had focused on?
Oh, 100%. It was something that I really wanted to play. I mean, this place is, as you all know, really a special place to me, and to be back here, especially with the baby here as well, it's a really special place, and that was definitely a goal that I had.
When you walk on the grounds here, do you immediately become 13 years old again, or are there other things you keep thinking about in between?
Yeah, I mean, I almost made hole-in-one on the 13th hole, and I'm pretty sure I yelled out, "Lifetime Oreos!" I vaulted back to being 13 and getting excited about Oreos.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, playing off of that a little bit, going all the way back to 2003, you've just seemed to have good vibes here. What is it about this place that brings that out in you?
I just think, the tradition here, just knowing the legends that have jumped into Poppy's Pond. But, honestly, it's the volunteers that make it special to me. I recognize a lot of faces over the years, and just being able to see them year after year. And just the vibe here is great. The people are great here. They're always so welcoming to all of us. They're so excited to have us here. And I think I can feel that. And I definitely play off of that.
How is your game now different than it was as a 13-year-old and 10 years ago even?
I have to say today was a bit like when I was 13. I kind of hit it all over the place and, grinded it out there. But, that feels good. I think that's kind of how I play. I definitely hit it further when I was 13. I keep looking back on some of the drives that I used to hit back then, but I can't believe I used to hit it this far. But I like to think I got a little bit better in 18 years.
Michelle, you're used to playing this event in front of pretty large galleries. What was it like out there today with just your father and a few stragglers from the media following you?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It doesn't have the same vibe. The first tee was the most shocking one when you don't walk through a tunnel. You don't have those grandstands, really close by. And hopefully soon enough we'll get back to having fans at sporting events really soon. It seems like we're on our way. But, overall this tournament has made us feel super safe so far with all the protocols. As unfortunate as it is, it's something that we just have to do right now. But hopefully it'll be temporary and we can get back to it really soon.
Real quick follow on that. Tiger and Rory have been among the men's players who have said not having that electricity, from the crowd, they didn't realize how much they fed off of that until it was gone. Do you understand better what they were saying from this week and last week?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you hit great shots out here, and you're like, was that not good? Is that over the green? I was like, dead silent. And, obviously it's awkward for the couple of people that are out there to make, really big claps. And so it's different. The walk down 18 is definitely different. You don't have that, that jolt of adrenaline when you're walking past the crowds. But, at the same time, this was nice to see some people out there today. And I have to say, easing back into it, not having crowds, I think it kind of makes it a little bit easier for me.
Yeah. And where is McKenna physically at this moment?
She's with my mom right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michelle, is your putting more feel-based or technique-based? I know you use Aimpoint at times, which is more feel-based, but then I also saw you using the Green Book out there, which can be a little more technical.
I would say it's a bit of both. I would say I'm working more towards being more field-based. I think Aimpoint allows me to do that. I just really check the Greens book to make sure that what I'm saying and feeling is correct, that I'm not way off base. I used to be a lot more technical with the greens book, but I think practicing and playing without any greens book the last 3 years, it's really allowed me to be a lot more field-based.
How were you introduced to Aimpoint?
I think my coach knew the guy who started Aimpoint, and he was in Orlando, and we just met up when I was there. I've started doing it a long time ago.
Obviously, without the grandstands, without the wall on 18, that hole looks a lot different, plays a lot different. Obviously, you've been out here since 2003. How was that hole today compared to, years past, with it being so firm and everything like that?
I mean, if with the grandstand behind it, I would never have thought twice. I would have gone for it. I had the perfect distance today, but, I didn't really like my lie, and before I would have just, blown it past the back into the grandstand. But it makes you think. It makes you think, because that water comes up pretty quickly behind the green. So, I like it. I think it makes for a really good hole, and didn't go for it today, but we'll see.
Obviously, in the morning today, playing in the afternoon tomorrow, we can already feel the wind picking up. How different does this course play from the morning to the PM?
Oh yeah, there's so much. I mean, it's pretty cold in the morning, so you're about half a club to almost a full club shorter, and during the middle of the round, all of a sudden you pick up yardage. So it's definitely a adjustment. Shout out to my caddy for helping me adjust to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Best
Thank
of luck
you.
the next 3 days.